Hello, in Japan, people often like to call certain phenomena of unexplained disappearances kamikakushi, or hidden by spirits. Kamikakushi refers to being hidden or kidnapped by gods and monsters without any trace. For instance, it is similar to what is depicted in the famous Japanese animated film, Spirited Away. This mysterious phenomenon often occurs in children and sometimes in adults. For those who vanish without any means of being found, it is commonly believed that they have been taken by gods and monsters. The story I am about to tell you today is one such mysterious incident. 24 years ago, two 19-year-old Japanese girls went to an abandoned hotel to explore, and then mysteriously disappeared. Strangely enough, numerous peculiar incidents continued to occur at that hotel. After more than 20 years of arduous searching for the two missing girls, the police eventually found a clue. However, this clue ignited numerous speculations about supernatural phenomena. This is one of the most famous unresolved missing person cases in Japan. The incident took place in Toyama Prefecture, Japan. Toyama Prefecture is located in the northern central part of Honshu Island, facing the sea and surrounded on three sides by steep mountain ranges. Toyama Prefecture has a unique geographical location, situated near Japan's three major cities, Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya. To the northeast of Toyama Prefecture, there is a city called Uozu. Here lies a hotel called Tsubo-no. The building has 8 floors in total and covers an area of 3,300 mi. Over 30 years ago, this was a large and famous hotel in the region. Besides hot springs and sleeping rooms, it also had a restaurant, cafe, disco, and swimming pool. However, due to poor management by the owner, the hotel closed down in 1982. Although the hotel was supposed to be closed, the building has yet to be demolished. Over the years, various rumors have circulated about the building in the local area. There were rumors that the hotel's owner hanged himself due to bankruptcy. There were also rumors that a temple once stood there and was burned down. By 1980, the owner had renovated the area into a swimming pool for the hotel. However, shortly after the renovation was completed, an elementary school student drowned in the swimming pool. Everyone was frightened and felt that the place was unclean. Word of mouth led people to avoid the tourist spot and move to nearby areas. This caused the hotel's business to deteriorate and eventually led to its closure. Because this place is filled with various urban legends, many people have come here to test their courage. Since the hotel is located on a barren mountain and has been abandoned for a long time, it looks very strange at night. From photos taken inside, we can see graffiti on the ground, walls, columns, and doors. One can see many strange patterns and slogans here, adding to the hotel's spooky and mysterious atmosphere. In 1996, there was a 19-year-old girl named Megumi Yashiki who worked as a sales clerk at a supermarket in Himi City. During a sales session, she happened to overhear someone mentioning the location. Due to her strong curiosity, she was very eager to test her courage and visit the place to see if there were any mysteries inside. However, she went there and never returned. So what happened to her that day? Let's next turn back time to May 5, 1996. May 5, 1996 was a Sunday and also a working day for the 19-year-old Yashiki. During the day, she continued working at the supermarket as usual, but her mind was just like it was floating in the clouds, obsessed with the words of a customer discussing the urban legend about the Tsubo-no Hotel. Driven by her curiosity and love of exploration, she couldn't wait any longer. So, she planned to go that very night. Concurrently, she asked her colleagues at the supermarket to go exploring with her, but everyone showed fear and refused her. Knowing that her colleagues did not want to go, she quickly sought someone else. Therefore, she called her friend named Nagomi Takumi. The two had been high school classmates and had played together for many years. Both of them were 19 years old. Over the phone, Takumi expressed that she was very excited to explore the haunted house and wanted to join in on testing their courage. Yashiki was overjoyed to hear this. Finally, someone was willing to go there with her. She was so excited that she couldn't focus on work anymore. Before finishing her shift, she bought batteries and a flashlight from the supermarket she worked at to prepare for the night adventure. They agreed to go that very night. The city where the two girls lived was Himi City. Their destination was the Tsubo-no Hot Spring in Uozu City. Both Himi City and Uozu City are in Toyama Prefecture. The distance between the two cities is over 60 km. At 9:00 p.m., Yashiki drove her car along with her companion Takumi. Her car was a black Subaru VVO from 1995. The distance from Himi City to the Tsubo-no Hot Spring is approximately 65 km and takes at least 1.5 hours to drive. They drove along National Road 41-5. At 9:30 p.m., they stopped at Kiyomaru Park in Himizu City, 19 km from Himi City. Here, they had a brief meeting with a friend. After that, they set off, continuing to drive along National Route 41-5 towards Uozu City. At 10:00 p.m., they turned from National Road 41-5 to National Road 8. By 10:30 p.m., they passed through the Kamichi River area. Here, they stopped at a gas station on National Road 8 to refuel and continued on their way. Witnesses also saw them leaving the gas station and heading towards Uozu City. At 11:00 p.m., they likely arrived in Uozu City. Yashiki sent a text message to her friend saying, "We are in Uozu City." Since then, no one has seen them again, and both mysteriously disappeared. After 2 days, Yashiki and Takumi's families noticed they still had not returned. They tried every way to contact them, but to no avail, so they reported the case to the local police. After receiving the report, the police immediately sent officers to their homes to investigate the situation. Both girls' families stated that they only knew the two had gone to Uozu City together, but had no idea where they were specifically headed. Hence, the police reached out to their friends, classmates, and colleagues and eventually deduced that they might have gone to the abandoned Tsubo-no Hotel in Uozu City. Subsequently, Toyama Prefecture Police sent a search party to the hot spring and the surrounding area. The police also suspected that the two might have accidentally fallen off a cliff. The local mountain search team even dispatched helicopters to assist in the search but found nothing. At that point, the police began to suspect whether there might be a reason the two girls ran away from home. There had been similar cases of missing persons before. Maybe they would return home on their own after a few days. As a result, the police halted their search, but regrettably, the families of the two girls waited for a month with no sign of their return. Therefore, they contacted Toyama Prefecture Police again. 2 larger scale searches were conducted in June and October of the same year. The search method started from Hime City, where the 2 girls began, dividing into several routes all the way to the Tsubo-no Hot Spring. However, after 2 large-scale searches, there were still no results. The police could not find them despite their efforts. The 2 girls seemed to have suddenly vanished from the world. In reality, when the incident first occurred, not many people knew about the disappearance. You couldn't even find any related news reports at the time. It was merely an urban legend passed down by the locals. Many people had heard it but were unsure about its authenticity because the story directly involved the Tsubo-no Hotel. Strangely, the story of the hidden disappearance of the 2 girls continued to spread widely. 1 year after the incident, it finally drew the attention of a media outlet. This was a local Japanese newspaper in Toyama Prefecture. The newspaper was dated May 4th, 1997, which was 1 year after the incident. The hidden incident at Tsubo-no Hot Spring became known as the first reported event that stirred local public opinion. Afterward, more and more reports emerged, turning the story of the mysterious Tsubo-no Hot Spring disappearance from a local urban legend to a national urban legend. For decades since the incident occurred, the Tsubo-no Hot Spring case has become one of the most famous unresolved cases in Japan. People felt that the chance of finding the 2 was very slim. By December 2014, 18 years after the incident, Toyama District Police received information stating that on the night of the incident, 3 witnesses had seen a black car plunge into the sea. Perhaps because the case had happened too long ago, the Toyama Prefecture Police did not handle the information seriously after receiving it. It wasn't until January 2020 that the Toyama Prefecture Police found the 3 witnesses and invited them to the police station for investigation. They stated that on the night of the incident, they saw a black car carrying 2 girls at Kaimaru Park. Then, for some unknown reason, the car suddenly started moving and fell into the sea. The way the car fell into the sea was a bit strange. The car didn't plunge straight into the sea, but reversed as if it was being pulled into the sea. Seeing the scene in front of them, they felt very scared and left without calling the police. In March 2020, based on information provided by 3 witnesses, Toyama District Police found a severely corroded black car to the point of being unrecognizable in the Fuseki Toyama Harbor, near Kaimaru Park. By examining the chassis number on the engine, it was determined that the car belonged to Yashiki, who had been missing. There were 2 skeletons in the car, and a card bearing Yasuki's name was found. Police believe the 2 people in the car were the 2 girls who had disappeared after exploring a relic site 24 years earlier. Although both were found, due to prolonged submersion in water, the forensic doctors could not determine their cause of death. The location where the car was found is close to the park where these 2 individuals met a group of friends. They then moved on to the Tsubo-no Hot Springs. So why were they found at that park? After the car was salvaged from the sea, not only was there no recounting of the events from those years, but numerous questions arose. The first question posed by the online community was about the three witnesses who saw the car plunge into the sea. According to a sequence of events that night, it was estimated that the two girls would arrive at the Tsubo-no Hotel between 11 p.m. and midnight. Based on this calculation, the time they returned to Kayomaru Park would be around 1 to 3 a.m. Wandering together in the park at that time was highly unusual. The three witnesses told the police that they saw two girls sitting in the car late that night. How could they know there were only two people in the car? How did they even know they were two girls? That seems a bit suspicious. Stranger still, after seeing the car plunge into the sea, the three witnesses were frightened and quietly left. Normally, upon seeing a car fall into the sea, they would at least report it to the police or tell someone about the incident. However, all three surprisingly agreed to keep it a secret for 24 years. Some netizens believe the three witnesses were directly involved in the two girls' deaths. The reason why it took them 24 years to recount what they saw that night is because too much time had passed. Even if the police found the two girls, they still couldn't determine the cause of death. Others think the incident was merely an accident. That night, the two girls parked by the seaside to do something, and when it was time to leave, they accidentally shifted into reverse. Since the car was parked too close to the sea, they did not react in time, leading to an unintended plunge into the water. Additionally, some people reported that the two girls were seen at a gas station on Highway A at 10:30 p.m. By 11 p.m., they had texted a friend saying they had arrived in Uozu. Based on the timeline, everything checks out, but the odd thing is that no one saw them in Uozu City. This could imply they didn't actually stop there and went straight to the Tsubo-no Hotel to explore, then returned to the park early in the morning. Or perhaps they did not go to the hotel, but instead, after reaching Uozu, changed their minds for some reason and returned to the park immediately. The text message could have been sent by someone else who knew their plans, making others think they disappeared while exploring Uozu. If this theory is correct, then the plunge into the sea might not have been an accident, and the two might have died before the car fell into the sea. The Tsubo-no Hotel has almost become a famous spot for testing courage because the building has been abandoned for many years. For safety, a fence has been erected around it and no entry signs have been posted. Those who believe in the urban legend of the Tsubo-no Hotel think the two girls definitely went there because all timelines and routes match the case. Everything unimaginable happened after arriving there. Gods and monsters took them away. So, what is the truth of the matter? Do the three witnesses have any connection to the case? Perhaps we will find out soon, or maybe never.